Good morning. Good morning, everyone. It's Hobby News Daily. It's Thursday, May 25th. Lots to share with you guys, man. Lots to share. Lots of good content. Lots of stuff going on in the hobby. You guys heard about Star Wars yesterday, right? Star Wars Sapphire is coming out. I only mentioned that because I'm a Montgomery member. I had no idea. What else do I want to talk about today? We're going to talk about what happens when someone dies to their card prices and why. Did you hear about the, remember the Golden Auction and the Dream Team jerseys? Those actually closed, they sold. And did you guys hear the story about the Super Factor? $250,000 Super Factor. Drew Jones, if I'm not mistaken. A lot of great content to get into today, guys. Give you something to think about. And it's Thursday. Thursday nights are really good in the hobby as far as hobby content. You got Go GTS Live is on Thursday nights. And who else is on? Oh, Sports Card Radio, typically Thursday nights. So look forward to both those in the evening. And there's always someone else on too. Let's go ahead and share our. If you guys have comments, questions, go ahead and drop those in the chat. I'll be back in a moment and we will get to those. But first, got to be brief because I got a lot to. Okay, first, this hit me yesterday. I got a little letter from Star Wars. You know that this. I'm a Sapphire member. Hey, now you can get the Chrome Sapphire. Like, I'm not gonna. You can read all this, but I thought was interesting. It's down here. Max 1 box per member. If it's discovered that more than 1 box membership was ordered, you will be canceled, and you must be logged in your account. I love that. Now, can we rat on each other? Can I call someone and go, hey, why has he got a case of freaking Sapphire? And I only got 1 box, right? While supplies last. So here's the other thing. If you purchase 1 box during the Montgomery Club pre-order, you'll be allowed to purchase 1 additional box with the public pre-order. That's pretty cool. It kind of encourages you to buy 2. Will I buy a second one? I don't know. If I remember and I see the window, I will try. It's the first time I've been a Montgomery member and I've actually had access to the product before anybody else. So I'm excited. Will I open this product? I don't know. Probably not. I don't need to get into Star Wars. I mean, I like it. Will I keep it? I might keep it. Might hold it. Would I sell it? Might sell it. Might flip it. Might trade it. I'll let you know what I do with it. But I'm just excited to be getting it. I'll put it that way. Excited to be getting it. If you didn't know, there is some information out here on the product. I do recommend checking out the checklist. I thought the things that caught my attention was the autograph-wise. You've got Leia. You've got Han Solo. Of course, but Leia's not with us anymore. I thought Harrison Ford passed away. Am I wrong on that? He's doing the Indiana Jones movie. I'm having a brain fart right now. But anyway, there's some cool autographs in this. I didn't see if these are 1 autograph. Is it 1 autograph per card? No. It is plus autograph from the original. Does it include an autograph? That'd be great if it does, because the autograph checklist is kind of cool. There's a few like bums and there's a few hits. Check them out both down there. The odds was not there. I didn't see the odds link. I think it's interesting when you click on Tops, they take you to this. Come on, Tops. Takes you to this site, and then you define yours. So here's it is, Star Wars Return of the Jedi, and then you can look on the checklist. And then you scroll down here. You'll see, where's your autographs? There you go, autographs. So there's only 1 per box. That can't be 1 per box. You got Harrison Ford, Hamill. I don't know who this dude is. Okay, it's Chewbacca, R2-D2, some dude, Boba Fett, and the Emperor. So, like, I don't really know who these guys are. I mean, the only ones I really want are the top 3. That's just me. I'm not I'm a more Trekkie than I am a Star Wars geeky. Okay, so just thought I'd share that with you. Should we back up to that? I don't want to keep that page there later. Keep this page here too. You want to take a look at the other checklist here. Okay. In news, remember the Golden Auction, the story? Here's the story I like to think about is that Karl Malone's wife said, hey, the jerseys on the floor, can I have those? And they're like, yeah, go ahead, take them. No one wants them. And she picks them all up, and millions of dollars later, here they are. Now, here's what shocked me. The Jordan got $3 million for that jersey, right? Autograph, Dream Team, Michael jersey, autograph, jersey. Look at these other ones, though. I'm surprised by that. I mean, Malone was $58,000. You know what's I think it's funny about this? This was his collection. Do you think he was bidding on his own thing, going like, dude, man, mine's worth more than $50,000? This is the lowest selling one. No, I'm sorry. John Stockton. I'm shocked by these. I'm shocked in a way. Like, first of all, I think to myself, someone's paid $50,000 for a jersey is ridiculous to me. But the fact that someone like the $50,000 one is the lowest one is even more shocking. But anyway, the details are here. If you want to check it out, I thought it was interesting because we saw the story. You get to watch it on Gold, and then you see the results. Okay, other great story here. And I applaud Slab Stocks guys for breaking this story. They're the guys that interviewed the gentleman who got the Drew Jones Superfractor. And here's the cool story about this. Do listen to it. But it's a father, son, grandfather, and they're ripping packs on the way to a baseball game in the car. And the grandpa pulls the Drew Jones Superfractor. I would say, man, I would have pulled the car over and been screaming. I'd have been like, hey, Grandpa, let's go to strippers. Let's go to Vegas, Grandpa. They ended up going to the game, and they talk about what they do with the card, and then they talk about what they're doing now. It's a great interview, but I freaking love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. It is funny. I think they own a store. They own a store. And I think it's a new store. So put that money to good use. Put that in your cash reserves. Really good story. Next video up. Listen to Midlife Sports Cards talking about what happens when the volume of a goat dies. He also did a whole bunch of other great questions about cracking SGCGs. It's a Q&A. I love his Q&A sessions. But I thought I'd talk about this goat one because it came up again on Sports Card Strategy Show this morning, which I was listening to. And that was, is it wrong to make profit off of someone's death? I look at it like this. It's news. People sell the news. You have your own ethical barometer. Are you going to sit there and go, oh, I could have made $10 more if I sold it during his death, but I waited until 90 days after? I mean, I don't know, dude. You do you. I'm not going to judge people about that. I mean, it's no, put it this way. It's no secret when you see people going out to buy a car that the guy's on his deathbed. That to me is a little more like, clearly we know what you're doing. It's not like you're buying for your PC and you're stacking like 10 of a dude sitting on his deathbed. That's a little more crazy to me. When you have the cards and you've been having them, I don't know. It's just the way it is. And to answer your question, why does this happen? It's simply bad information. It's a very simple thing. When someone dies, people who know him go, man, Jim Brown. Oh. And then someone sees an advertisement for a Jim Brown t-shirt. And people start marketing to Jim Brown, memorabilia, just anything. It could be a card or something, a jersey, a football. Probably at the Cleveland, they'll probably do Jim Brown Day this year. So it's in your head. So it just trickles down. The more in your head, the more likely you're to buy. So you'll buy on information. That's all it is, buying the news. Yes, the cards will probably go back down. I mean, I really mean that. Someone's saying, no, these ones could probably go back up and continue going up. I don't think so. Football is still very much a U.S. sport, and Cleveland Browns are, they're not Steelers. That's just my thoughts, my opinions. Like, comment, subscribe. This one was an interesting video. Again, I will say I miss Andrew, man. I really do. Don't take this the wrong way, Cage, but I do miss Andrew, and I think he does a better job balancing you. He talks about don't count your chickens. He does this great beginning talking about how everybody was all hyped about Kawhi 2019 and we're the same way about Jokic and beware. I don't disagree with you. I mean, obviously the difference was in 2019 you're going to the hype of 2020, and then you had all these people just telling you to buy anything they wanted to. I think here's the lesson learned, and I still don't know why someone hasn't said this, is that let's stop buying cards and expect the player's performance to impact the value of the card. Let's just stop doing that. I'm serious. Buy the card for some other reason. Buy the card because you're prospecting, you're going to sell it because you're going to sell this rookie year. Buy the card because you like the card. Buy the card because you complete the set. But when you buy a card and then you go, well, he scored 50 points. I should be able to sell it tomorrow for more money. No, it doesn't happen. It's their people. It's not going to happen that way. So I think that's the don't count the chickens before they roost. Like, I'll give you another example. There's money made in this hobby every freaking year of a rookie class. Good class, bad class, there's money to make because people will buy rookies. But if you're going to sit there and every year thinking, I can make money off Joe Burrow, you can only make money off Joe Burrow for a few years before he's irrelevant. And that's what happens to people in the hobby, right? You make money off them before they become irrelevant. Rookies never become irrelevant. Rookie classes. Little nugget of information for you. Love this video, man. Great video here. Cat Sports Cards. Does a video on should he buy Young Guns? Really, here's a breakdown. I recommend check this out. He points out that over the last, I think 2015 on, the number of graded by PSA Young Guns has gone up from there was one player who's had 1,000 PSA 10s, and now there's I think 10 players from the last class got PSA graded. It's a very interesting video. It's a very interesting see of the growth of popularity around hockey. I don't see it as a concern. I actually see it as good, positive growth for hockey. The Young Gun has become a Prism staple or a flagship card, like Pops or whatever, because obviously it's flagship hockey, but it's become more understandable to me, right, the general collector. and people understand by grading it. So people are here's what I mean, but people are going to get a bunch of young guns in a case, and they're going to grade them all, and they're going to wait to see, kind of like they were prospecting with baseball or prospecting with rookies in basketball. That's what's happening to young guns. I don't think this is bad. It's interesting as perspective, and I do recommend checking this out and listening to him. But I actually think this is a good thing. I think you'll see a lot more of this next year with the new product coming out from Upper Deck and Bedard. Okay, next video. Great video here. JD Sports Cards talking about trends, markets, volumes, kind of downward slides. He talked about different, like what he thinks as far as this time of the year versus last time of the year. What made me think about this video is, there's enough years now out. If you look at data from 2019, 20, 21, 22, 23, well, we should be able to really see trends in the market. I don't like people building trends based on 2020 and 2021. Those were not trends, those were flukes. But now you start to see trends. And the common trend was, and I think, who was it? Neo was talking about this. He believes that right now we're going to downward trend as we go towards the national. And then after national, we kind of go up into the holidays. And then you have kind of more activity until, I think he said March, and you go back down. Like we're in the down part of the hobby. I find that interesting. I'm not going to disagree with that. I just don't know where we are. And I'd like to see some data that help back that up. I do think we're down, and we do go down into July. I also think we have a dip in the holidays because of the holidays, but I don't think January is typically strong. I think typically the strongest part of the hobby is the fall because you have major sports going off, starting, rookies, hockey, basketball, baseball's concluding, football starting. So I think that's the best time of the hobby. I think baseball has a pop to it because people are moving around stuff. But I think that's my opinion. I'd love to see data to back that up. That's my point in this video. Great video here. You guys have not listened to this. This is the one you need to listen to. This is Dr. James Beckett talking about trimming. And in here, he hammers the point, guys. Call it doctoring, call it altering, take your card on a date. Nothing illegal about getting it, make it look better and sticking it in a slab. As long as the company slabbing it agrees. Great video. Great conversation. Really enjoyed this conversation. Love listening to these guys. Love listening to the lessons learned. Love listening to the directions. I will say my favorite part of this video, you've got to listen to this to get the context, is that in reference to these gentlemen, because they talk about, hey, how did you and Rob meet? And I think, I don't want to quote the wrong person. Craig says, two guys who met in prison. It's such a classic quote. It's such a classic quote because it's so funny. Obviously, that's true and not true. Like, I don't want you guys to misunderstand me. I'm not telling you that these guys were in prison together, but they did meet in prison because they both worked at the same prison. And I found that very interesting. And the way he delivered it was hilarious. It was very well done. Just enjoy listening to this. I will say again, Rob Girardi has been killing it there with his roundtables. I think he got who was it on that I saw recently? Oh, Mike Baseball Card Collector talking vintage on his channel. That's a smart move there. That's a really good move. Last one up. Last video I listened to. I'll comment on. And this one, I'll be honest, boiled my blood. I'll probably put together a follow-up video on this. Jeff, you lost a lot of people. I don't know, lost people, but you kind of don't. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Boss moves. They buy a depreciating a company, the nickels and the dimes. That's not a boss move, dude. That's like a no-brainer. It's like if your friend came to you and said, dude, I'm going to sell my car. It's a Lexus. I need $1,000 cash. You take it. You're like, it's a Lexus. Sure, I'll take it. That's what happened there. And boss move, dude, Ruben has monopolies. He has licenses. And what he has licenses around are legal licenses, legality. His superpower is law. And what he's doing with the NBA licensing and the NFL licensing is shady. And I'll say this. Here's what he's probably thinking. So I'll just print damn cards and they can take me to court and we'll settle out in court and I'll pay. It's cheaper for fanatics to pay whatever fine or penalty than it is to buy Panini. They will make more money making licensed NBA and NFL cards in conflict with Panini than they will for buying them. I think someone needs to point that out. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's big. That's boss move. Boss move is like, dude, I'll pay the fine. I'm going to print two. I'm going to bury you. And when they come after me legally, I've got counter because I have the players union on my side saying they're getting part of the money. I'm sure he's got that written in there. So I got some new contract in there, and he'll pay some fees and fines, and Panini will die. That's the boss move. I don't have to buy Panini. That is the boss move, guys. None of this is good for us. None of it is good for collectors or the hobby. Now, what I will tell you, I've been saying this for years, man. It is a great time for arbitrage in the hobby. There will be a lot of opportunity, a lot of misinformation, a lot of bullshit. It's going to get ugly. And again, none of this is good for the hobby. Last point I'm going to make on this, and again, Jeff, it bothers me. You not want to talk about, you're into kids, and you're into kids in the hobby. Ruben is going after kids in the gambling. That is his goal. He wants to get you into sports cards so he can get you to become a gambler, so he can get you on the nipple for the rest of your life. That's the way I look at it. It's not a good thing. I think he needs to be stopped. I don't like the way he uses these monopoly licenses. And guys, a monopoly license, let me just explain this too. If I'm selling I'm making fishing line, and I'm the only manufacturer who makes fishing line. If you're going to buy fishing line, you have to buy it from me. That's called a monopoly. But if you buy a pole and you buy hooks, that's part of the fishing line. Okay, I can be in the hook business and compete with other hook manufacturers, and I can be in the fishing rod business and compete with other fishing rod manufacturers. But I'm the only one who makes the line. Then I have a monopoly. My point there is they have a monopoly on the manufacturing of licensed cards. Not yet, but they will, and sooner than we think. That is a monopoly. There's no question about that monopoly. Buying PWCC does not change that vertical monopoly. Horizontally, yes, they compete in different horizontal markets. But stop going, well, Fanatics is not really a monopoly. Buying PWC is not a monopoly. Like, guys, this is business freaking 101. Vertical, horizontal. Figure it out. Last point. I don't know if I'll make this one this video. I'll just wait. I'm going to put together a response video to Jeff. Jeff, you disappoint me. You disappoint me in that video. You really do. Anyway, let me see. Did I leave some comments there? I thought I did. Oh. PWCC. What's the lesson learned from PWCC? What's the big lesson learned? You know what the lesson learned is? Cards are not investments. No one should ever give you cash for your cards as leverage. You can sell your cards all you want, but it should not be leverage. No, that's the mistake. Invest a card, PWCC. We talked about these margin calls. We talked about the problem areas. It'd be like, I can't even give a good analogy right now, but that's the lesson learned. Sports cards are not. You can make money off them, but they are not investments. Like, comment, subscribe. I got to get ready for work. Damn it, I got to go. Any questions here, comments? I'm sorry, guys. I'm kind of. Good morning, Orlando. Good morning, John. Thank you very much for being here. Do you have any thoughts on Fanatics? Why can't I say the damn thing? Do you have any thoughts on Fanatics should ban their employees from bidding? They'll never happen. It will never happen. There's too many now. And not only that, think about it, there's too many influencers on it. In fact, we need to come to terms with that. That's not going to happen. It just cannot happen, guys. You might want to hope it's going to happen, but it's not going to happen. Gentlemen, good to see you here. Hope I made some good points. Big fan of all of you guys. Really appreciate you guys a lot. Me and Jeannie, Orlando, US Sports Cards, guys. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff, whatever.